Welcome to Brick Trains, and I'm Joey, and I have the ant farm. Yeah, there it is. It's pretty cool. There's a little skeleton in the map. The map's kind of out of position. Yeah, so this is from the Bricklink Designer program. This was well, you saw the earlier haul video where I got all the parts and we kind of talked about it. We also talked about it on the AFO podcast, so check out those two videos. So I was going to do the build. I started videoing the build, and well, let's just see. This is an interesting build. I could see why it probably didn't make it through some of the designer stuff. Well, if it was a Lego Ideas. At any rate, the thing is it's not a hard build, but it's a challenging build. About halfway through the build, or it's not even halfway, later into the build, when I was trying to put the sides on, because you build all the inside stuff, and then you build half the glass, and then you start building on top of the glass. And some things just kind of just kind of float. And when I went to put it together, to basically put some of these sides on right here, as I pushed them down into place, the bottom here, which is just interlocked plates, it collapsed. And at that point I was pretty late into the game, so I had these parts, which is a ant, and I think these white things are supposed to be ant eggs. There's several of them. Let's see if we get that to focus. Not sure that's going to focus today. Yeah, hold it up here. So there's these little ant. Yeah, see, right now it's trying to come apart. A lot of the little pieces and stuff that you're supposed to put in here, the things that the ant has found and drug down into his little home. Okay, watch out, I might get this on camera. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put it down. Look, it's gonna look great just sitting on the shelf. I'm probably some of that stuff. It was never going to work the way they had it pictured. It was it's just sitting in here, but these glass panels let it fall through, and a lot of these things are just loose. So honestly, I think what happened is this was probably designed in Studio. And the thing about Studio, when you design digitally, if you don't build it in real life, things don't necessarily. Gravity is, at any rate, I like it. I like the way it looks. It's really cool, but it is not a very stable or a very easy build. It wasn't terribly hard. It was a lot of fiddly pieces. But it was definitely, I guess I'm not used to, or it's not something that I found enjoyable, but basically building flat, right? So you had to build it flat, most of it, parts of it, you built flat and then laid it in. It's interesting. It's an interesting snot technique. Although really, there's only a little bit of it that's really truly snot, or the studs are not on top, because all the studs are basically going up. It's a weird build. Let's put it that way. It's a weird build, and it is not. I'm getting ready to pull it all apart again. All right, so these pieces fell out, and this 1x4 brick. And for whatever reason, that camera is not focusing at all. I guess I got it in the wrong mode. I had extra. Now, I don't think this was a design problem. I don't even think it was probably not even a Bricklink problem. I'd say the seller that I bought these from probably just gave me an extra one or counted wrong. Either way, happens, right? I guess it's better than I was one short. So, at any rate, it is kind of cool. It's going to be a display piece, and it's not a touch piece. Not that you really would play with it or touch it a whole lot, but it is fragile. It is fragile. as an ant farm probably is. So yeah, Designer Link MOC pop-up store, the MOC pop-up store from Bricklink Designer. Yeah, I just said a whole lot of words and I'm not really sure what order they go in. Um, hopefully some of the other models are better stable wise. I know buildings are typically buildings are easier to build. This was again, I'm not disappointed in it. It is what it is what I expected. It was a little bit of a hard build, and yeah, some of these little pieces, and these will never get in there because at this point, the only way to get this back in there is to basically take it about apart. It's tough. It's tough. So I don't, and I kind of expected it to be a little hard. I was looking at it in the pictures before when it came up the first time to be part of the designer program, and I thought, wow, how are they getting it in there? And how they get it in there, like this whole cloud right here is floating. Or cloud, I called it a cloud. It's a dirt mound. It's actually using a jumper plate across the stud, so it's three wide, and they use the jumper plate, and then they just literally hang it on the glass, right? So it is not touching anywhere, and once it's together, it gets a little bit of its stability. I can see some places like right there where it's not joined together real well, because you just can't push on it. There's no way to get in there and push on it, and like I said, you're laying it flat to build it. So I'm not sure which side's the front and which side's the back. The skeleton's on this side, and yes, the skeleton has an extra arm. He was only supposed to have one arm, and the map was supposed to be in a corner. I got him the map. Well, I had the map in there. It may lay better if I didn't have his extra arm on there. There's a gold bar and a gold little chalice over there. I said candy cakes, donuts. I think these are ant eggs. And lots of ants. So, okay, that's my show and tell. I don't, typically do reviews, but if I were to review it, I'd probably give it a B. It's cool looking. It is all expected, but from a build standpoint, it was a challenge. So, all right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. So you've made it to the end of the line. How about ringing that bell, click that subscribe button, and join our memberships?